Hey, I'm headed out. I don't really have any cash on me at the moment. Give me a bit.
Now? Where are you off to? Let me guess. You are heading to a casino again, aren't you?
Oh, shut up. It's none of your business where I am going or what I do. Now, about the money. Where's your wallet? I can grab your debit card if you don't have any cash.
I'm not telling you where my wallet is. I'm done. I've given you money for the last time. I have a better idea. Why don't you head down to the employment office? Why don't you try finding a job for once? Then you'd have your own money and you wouldn't have to keep asking me for mine.
You still don't get it, do you?
Get what?
You are always complaining. Nag, nag, nag. And when you nag me like that, you stress me out. And when you stress me out, I just want to go out more. And when I go out more, I end up losing money at the casino. So, when I run out of money, it's all your fault. And since it is all your fault, you owe me. So where is your wallet?
You're going to blame me for this? How convenient for you to blame somebody else. The reason you don't have any money is because you don't have a job. So why don't you look for some work? You've obviously got the free time. You keep hanging around the house like a lazy slug. What do you even do all day? Your poor parents. It isn't their fault. Do they even know that you don't have a job? They don't, do they? Have you told them yet?
I told you. Get off my back about it already. I'll tell them when the timing is right. I just haven't found my moment yet. And what's it matter to you? It doesn't affect you one way or the other.
What do you mean, what's it matter to me? If it isn't my business, then don't come to me with your hand out. Leave my money alone. That being said, I don't think you ought to spend it at a casino. Gambling isn't a very good hobby to pick up.
Enough already! Damn! Anyways, I'm grabbing the money in the envelope. I'll head out in just a minute.
What? What are you talking about? What envelope? My envelope? That's what I have set aside for rent and bills! You leave that alone! You hear me?
Don't worry. I have a good feeling today. I can sense it. I am going to be on a winning streak. Just leave everything to me. I'll double what you've got. Maybe even triple it.
You've got a feeling? How is that supposed to make me feel better? Stop it. You leave my money alone. You won't double or triple it. You'll just lose it like you always do.
Hey, Piper. I hate to bother you, but can I ask you something?
Sure. What's up? What can I do for you?
It's about Liam. I've had a few days off work recently. I was home and in my room relaxing a bit. And Liam came home right in the middle of the day. I thought it was a little bit weird because it was a weekday. It wasn't lunchtime either, so I knew he wasn't there to grab a bite to eat. I had an envelope with this month's grocery money in it. I had left it on the table, but when I went out to the kitchen, it was gone. It looks like he took it and went out somewhere. Do you know what is going on?
Ah, you saw him.
Yes, I did. But I didn't say anything about it to him just yet. I thought it would be better if I asked you about it first. Did he call out of work? Is he sick? Or are they off today? I know it isn't a holiday.
I am sorry I haven't said anything about it to you before. To be completely honest with you, he got fired.
What? Fired? I don't understand. Why didn't he tell me? Or his father? He could have told us.
I think he is a little too proud to tell you he got let go. It would hurt his ego. I don't think he could tell you if he wanted to. He promised me that he is out looking for a job right now. But I think he is really struggling with it. It's hard to get him to put himself out there. He can't seem to make himself actually go in for an interview anywhere.
Well, then, if he doesn't have a job, where does he go every day? He goes somewhere. If he isn't working, what is he doing all day?
He is going to the casino. He's gambling.
He is doing what? I can't believe it! Gambling. I wouldn't have thought my own son would do such a thing. I'm so sorry he's putting you through this. I'll talk to his father about it today. He needs to know.
Okay, but please don't tell him I told you. If he finds out it was me, I'll be in big trouble. I'm sure I can convince him to tell you both all about it himself. Please, don't say anything until he brings it up. For me,
I understand. I can do that.
I think he is probably out right now. But I think he will probably come back home sometime this afternoon. I'll let you know by then. I promise.
I have the day off, so I'll be home all day today. When he comes home, I will try talking to him. I'll keep it casual and just see what he says. I promise I won't let on that you told me. I'll make it seem like the whole conversation was my idea.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He would be furious if he knew I had told you. I also have something really important I want to talk to you about when I get home. Let's see how it goes, but if you have time, I'd appreciate it. Liam, have you talked to your mom? Have you told her everything? She has a right to know, you know. You really need to think about what you are going to do next. You can't just keep going to the casino every day. At the rate you are going at, I am going to run out of money. What will we do then? If you aren't working and I don't have any money left, we are going to be in serious trouble.
You have got to be the most annoying woman I have ever met. Have you got today's money ready for me yet? You can just leave it on that little table by the door. You can put it in the basket I leave my keys in.
Today's money? I don't owe you money every single day. There is no way I am giving you any today.
Why did I even marry you? You're useless.
The money I gave you yesterday should have lasted you at least a week.
A week? Ha! You didn't give me nearly enough for a week. It was gone before lunch. I'm on the way home to get more now. Go ahead and get it ready for me.
Are you serious? You lost it all already? All of it? I cannot believe you right now. You need to cool it. Get your act together, okay? This has gotten out of hand. I am not giving you a single cent more.
Shut your damn mouth. You think you can talk to me like that? Just you wait till I get home.
What's that supposed to mean? You have reached the absolute limits of my patience.
You can spend the day out there thinking about that smart mouth of yours. It's time for a little self-reflection.
What? Out where?
It's 100 degrees, maybe 110. It's hot as hell out there. So you keep that in mind while you're at it.
What on earth are you talking about?
By the way, I grabbed your wallet out of your bag. Too bad there wasn't much in it. Are you really that broke? But I can deal with it, I suppose. It'll be enough to get me through today, anyway.
My bag? Which one? I don't know what you mean. My wallet isn't in any of my purses at the house. But that's beside the point. Are you going to the casino again? What is the matter with you? You really don't have any discipline, do you?
You really are going to keep complaining? Even now? You sit there and think about everything you've done.
Yeah, whatever you say. I'm busy right now. I'll talk to you later, okay? It's your fault. You're what happened.
What? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It's unbelievable. How could you be such a selfish, self-centered idiot? Even for you, this is ridiculous.
What are you talking about? What did I do?
You locked her out on the balcony. It's scorching hot outside and you locked her out. You ran off to gamble and left her out there by herself. She didn't even have her cell phone with her. She must have been out there for hours. This is low, even for you. None of us can believe it. How could you let this happen?
What? I locked her out?
Yes, you! When you went home, you were so busy thinking about yourself. You were so focused on getting back to the casino, all you cared about was grabbing money and running out again. You didn't even think to check if anyone was outside.
Wait, you're saying you weren't the one on the balcony?
Huh? Oh, of course. I should have known. You thought I was the one out there, didn't you? You didn't want me to stop you from gambling, so you thought you would just lock me outside?
Yes. I would never lock my mom out like that. She's getting old. I could never do that to her.
But you thought it was okay to lock your wife out? You scumbag! How dare you! Well, you didn't lock me out. You locked your poor mother out there. She's in a coma right now.
No. Are you for real? Is she okay? Tell me what you know.
Yes, she's in a coma. I already spoke with the hospital. I contacted them as quickly as I could. Your mother is lying unconscious in a hospital bed right this minute, and it is all your fault. So, how's it feel? What do you think? Are you a horrible person? Or are you the worst person ever?
Wait, I never meant for this to happen. I was sure it was you on the balcony. I was positive. I was just so mad at you. I didn't want to deal with you. I just wanted to go gamble. I was so tired of hearing you whine about it. I thought that you'd learn a lesson and never complain again. That's all. I thought I could punish you a little. You know, scare some sense into you. Aren't you supposed to be off work today? I thought you were home. Where were you?
I'm off, but I wasn't home. I was out taking care of some things. About the time you were locking your poor mom out of the house, I was riding the subway. But if I had been just a few minutes later getting home, things would have been really bad. She might have died.
And you are saying that's my fault?
That is exactly what I am saying. Of course it's your fault. How could it be anyone else's fault? You're the one that left her out there. You! And if you think I am upset about it, wait till you speak to your father.
Wait, what? Dad? Why does Dad know about any of this? Did you tell him?
Because she's his wife! Of course he knows! I called him as soon as she was loaded in the ambulance.
He doesn't need to know everything. What did you tell him? You didn't tell him what I did you?
Of course I told him everything. He deserves to know the truth.
That isn't funny. Don't kid around.
Are you serious? Or are you joking? Because now you sound like you're the one that's kidding around. I told him everything exactly as it happened. Oh, and by the way, that wallet you stole, it wasn't my bag. It was your mother's. So there's that. You really don't have an excuse. You have to come clean.
Yeah, but you didn't have to tell my dad about it. I'd like to save face.
I've got my reputation to think about.
No way! You have no right to say that. Don't even try. You are getting exactly what you deserve. Your little gambling addiction is over. Don't you see? Your parents know that you're unemployed now.
What?
Your mom already knew. She's known for a while. But she didn't want to hurt your pride. She wanted to give you a chance to tell her yourself. She ends up having a heat stroke and gets rushed to the emergency room when she was just trying to look out for you. How sad. How ironic.
This can't be happening. It feels like a nightmare. Is it really my fault? My poor mom. I didn't want any of this to happen to her.
You should know. Everyone knows now. The whole family. They know you are unemployed. They know about your gambling addiction. They know everything.
No. Everyone. They're all there.
Yes, everyone. They're all at the hospital now. Both your sisters and your brother. I think your dad is talking to them right now. They're all so amazed and confused. Only a monster would do what you have done.
What? Can't you stop him? Nobody needs to know about that. It's my business. This is all your fault. It was you I wanted to leave out there. It was you I wanted to punish. Not her. It should have been you too. This is all your fault. You listen to me. You're responsible for everything that happens to her.
I can't believe it. You really did want to shut me out, didn't you? If it was me, if I was the one stuck out there, and your mom hadn't come home from work, I probably would have died. Would that be okay with you? Is that what you wanted? For me to die?
What do you mean by that?
Can't you hear yourself? Don't you see what you've done? Sure, all you did was lock the balcony door. And yet, with that one simple act, you nearly killed someone. You keep saying you meant to do it to me. But it doesn't matter who you meant to do it to. It is still just as wrong no matter how you look at it.
Okay. Even if I say I see your point, what am I supposed to do? No one can know about this. It would be too much. I can't deal with it. Not right now, anyway.
You ought to take responsibility for what you have done. But that's not like you, is it? You never take responsibility for anything. You're just a freeloading, good-for-nothing, lazy bum.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm leaving you.
Leaving me? What the hell do you mean, you're leaving me? You can't leave me.
You heard me. I left a copy of the papers at the house. Do you want to know where I was today? When you thought you were locking me out?
What are you saying?
You remember when we had that big fight a few weeks ago? You brought home a divorce agreement? You were threatening me, telling me you wanted to kick me out of the house. You kept waving around that divorce agreement like some stupid little flag. Well, for once, I agree with you. I want out. I took the papers and turned them in.
The divorce agreement? The one I brought home? I thought you threw it away. I saw you do it.
No, I pretended to throw them out, but I hung on to them. They've been the greatest gift you've ever given me. I signed them too. I signed them and I went to my attorney and I turned them in today. The good news is, I'm your ex-wife now. You wanted to kick me out, right? Well, you got exactly what you asked for. Are you happy now?
Are you serious? Don't you think this is bad timing? Don't do this right now. My mom is fighting for her life in the hospital. And who knows what my dad thinks of me. My siblings, too. What are you telling them? I need you to stop, okay? Don't tell them anything.
You can tell them yourself. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have to think about you anymore. You aren't my husband any longer. The papers are filed. Thank God. I can finally say that we are divorced. Everyone is completely floored by you right now. Your father, your brother and sisters, everyone. They are saying they don't want anything to do with you anymore either. Honestly, I can't say I blame them.
What? What do you mean? What have you done? What are they saying about me? You're ganging up on me, trying to make me into the bad guy here. Why would any of you do this to me? It isn't fair. I'm the oldest. They ought to respect me. They can't cut me off.
Oldest? Youngest? Honestly, I don't think any of that really matters anymore.
Which hospital are you guys at? There's a ton of them in the city. Which one is she at? Is she in the emergency room, or has she been moved up to ICU? I'm worried about my mom. I want to see her. Hurry up now! Tell me where she is!
Your father asked me not to tell you. I'm going to respect him on that.
What the hell? Why would he do that?
I think you can figure that out for yourself. Think about it. How do you always say it? This is punishment for defying me. I'll help you out and put you on the right track. If you are looking for a reason, why don't you start with your gambling addiction? Why don't you do a little self-reflection of your own, you jerk? Liam really did try to find his mom. He called hospital after hospital, but eventually he gave up. None of his family would speak to him again after what happened. His father was enraged by what had happened. He kicked him out and cut him off completely. Thankfully, his mother was able to return to full health. She had quite a scare, but there was no permanent damage. She also wanted nothing to do with Liam after what he had done. He lost his wife, his family, his home. He finally had no choice but to finally get a job. He wasn't able to get a decent job, but he did find work in a factory. It had a dormitory and took care of a lot of his day-to-day life, but most of his co-workers looked down on him when they heard his story. He had a lonely, miserable life. After the divorce, Piper was able to get a settlement in small claims court for all the money he spent gambling. He owed her so much that he had no money left to spend once he had paid her. His family stuck to their word and cut off all contact with him. No matter how he tried, they wouldn't give him another chance. He had plenty of time to reflect on all his mistakes. But once you've lost your wife, your family, your home, and your money, it's a little too late, isn't it?
I'm in New York. Where are you?
Hi, Millie. I'm super excited for the sushi party next week. I'll see you there.
Hi, Liana. I don't want to be rude, but I don't think we invited you.
Yes, well, I overheard you talking about it in the park the other day. You really managed to get a reservation at Kobayashi Sushi? They have the best sushi in the city! And since you invited all your friends, I thought I'd come along too.
Well, I'm sorry, Liana, but we already made the reservation. And we could only get a table for 8, so, maybe next time?
Oh, don't be silly. You can call them and change the number of guests. What's one more person? Oh, and be sure to tell everyone else I'll be coming too.
Liana, I don't know how else to say this, but I don't want you to come.
What? Why?
Because you never pay, every time we've invited you out to dinner in the past. You eat 5 times more than anyone else, but then when the bill comes along, you suddenly realize you lost your wallet or forgot to go to the bank or something. So someone else has to spot you the money. And you always say you'll pay it back, but you never do.
I don't remember that at all.
Well, I do. Remember last month? You heard my family was having a barbecue at the beach. So you showed up unannounced with your whole family and started eating everything you could get your hands on. And then you leave without even helping us clean up. Don't tell me you forgot about that, Liana.
What do you mean, showed up unannounced? We just so happened to be at the same beach at the same time is all. We didn't eat that much. I did feel bad about not helping clean up. But your grill is so complex. It has so many pieces and parts and odds and ends. I was worried about breaking it. I wouldn't want to do that to you, Millie.
Yeah, well, you had no problem taking the food we prepared for ourselves. You ate half the hamburgers, most of the hot dogs, and all of the potato salad.
Did we really eat that much? You'll have to forgive me. My 5 children do have quite an appetite. The older ones are already in middle school, and growing children need their nutrition.
So feed them at your house. And besides, you ate more than any of them. And this isn't just me. You've done the same thing to the other girls too. We're tired of you taking advantage of us, Liana. We don't want to be your friends anymore. We're never inviting you to anything ever again.
What? How could you? You're kicking me out of the moms group?
I mean, honestly, you were never that close to any of us. When have we ever directly invited you to anything? Never. I didn't even give you my phone number. You got it from the emergency contacts list at school.
I wouldn't have had to do that if you would have simply given me your number when I asked. Now come on. I want to have some good sushi. Let me go with you.
Why don't you just go to the restaurant with your own family? Why do we have to take you along with us?
My husband can't afford it. The only time I can ever go to a decent restaurant is when I go with you.
So it's like I said, you just want to come along so you can eat without paying. I can't believe you, Liana.
I didn't say that out loud.
Liana, for the last time, you're not coming with us. And please, don't ever contact me again.
Hi, Millie. I got to the restaurant a bit early, so I'll be waiting at the table for everyone.
What? What are you talking about? What restaurant are you at?
The sushi restaurant, Kobayashi Sushi. I'll order for everyone, so the food will be at the table when you get here. I told you I was coming, didn't I?
Yes, and I told you not to come. I was very clear when I said you weren't invited.
No, you said you didn't want me to come. And you said I wasn't invited for the last time. You didn't say anything about this time. You'll have to be more careful with your wording next time.
You have got to be kidding me. I've never met anyone like you before. I was as explicit as I possibly could be about not wanting you to come. And yet here you are.
You won't get rid of me that easily. Besides, my husband and kids have been looking forward to eating sushi all week. Oh, look! Our first order just arrived. Gotta go, Millie. You'd better get here fast before it's all gone. Millie, where are you all? We're all so excited to see you. And all the sushi we ordered is gone. We're completely stuffed. All 7 of us.
Liana? We're already here. We've been here for almost half an hour now.
You are? I can't see you anywhere. Oh well. Like I said, we're all stuffed to the gills, so we'll be going home now. Oh, and since the reservation was in your name, you'll be picking up the check, right? I'll pay you back. Eventually.
That's not gonna work this time, Liana. You're going to have to pay the bill yourself.
No can do, Millie. I seem to have left my wallet at home. You invited me. It's your party. So take responsibility and pay the bill, won't you? It's only a few $1,000s. You should be fine.
First things first, I did not invite you. And what do you mean few thousands? How much did you eat?
Well, between the 7 of us, about 50 plates each.
50 plates? All 7 of you? You ate 350 plates of sushi?
Well, yes. My kids have quite an appetite. The sushi was so good. They just couldn't stop.
That's... wow! Kobayashi starts at $10 a plate. If you ate 350 plates, the bill's gotta be at least 4 to 5 grand. Have you seen the bill yet?
It just came, actually. $6,000. And it was worth every penny.
$6,000? You ate $6,000 worth of sushi without intending to pay for it?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. You can split it between all of you. Thanks for the treat, Millie. Next time's on me, I promise.
This is no laughing matter, Liana. I can't believe you expected us to cover a 6,000 bill for you. Are you out of your mind?
Don't worry, you know I'm true to my word. I'll pay you back, I promise. Shall I tell the waitress you'll be paying with cash or credit?
You've gone off the deep end, Liana. You're one of the most selfish, insufferable people I've ever met. I'm not your damn ATM.
Millie, I don't think you're my ATM. We're friends, aren't we? Think of all we've been through together.
Friends don't stick their friends with $6,000 bills.
Do be a dear and hurry along, will you? We can't leave until you pay for the meal. We're going shopping on Michigan Avenue after this. Don't keep us waiting.
Wait, Michigan Avenue? Are you in Chicago?
Yes, we are. Why do you ask? That's where the restaurant is. Where else would we be? What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Oh boy. Liana, did you go to the Kobayashi Sushi on Michigan Avenue in Chicago?
Yes, of course we did. You said you were going to Kobayashi's Sushi, didn't you?
Oh boy. Well, Liana, I really hate to tell you this, but you're at the wrong place.
What?
We're not at the Kobayashi Sushis in Chicago. We're at the Kobayashi Sushi in New York.
What? New York?
Yep, my uncle runs a hotel here, and they're hard up for guests these days, so he gave us a great deal on a room. He said we could invite the other moms from the group too. We've been here since yesterday.
You went to New York? Why didn't you tell me about that?
You didn't ask, and besides, you weren't invited. I was about to lose it. I thought you followed us all the way to New York.
You're terrible! You tricked me!
Tricked you? You overheard our conversation and invited yourself to our party, and you want to blame me for you going to the wrong restaurant?
It's your fault for not telling me about the vacation! How could you do this to your best friend?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to hang out with you. You're not my friend.
How could you be so cruel to me? You know I have 7 mouths to feed. Do you expect me to support them all on my husband's salary? Friends don't abandon their friends in their time of need.
You are not my friend. And when have you ever helped anybody? All you ever do is take advantage of us. You're nothing but a parasite.
A what? How dare you?
It's the truth, Liana. But anyway, we're not at the same restaurant, so I won't be paying your bill.
You won't? Wait, who's going to pay the bill, then? It's $6,000! I can't pay it, and if you won't, then who will?
Not us, we're in New York. And no, we're not flying back to Chicago to pay your bill for you, so don't even ask. You're going to have to get yourself out of this mess.
Millie, please. I don't have $6,000. I can't pay this.
I don't care, it's not my problem. Figure it out.
Millie, wait. Please, you have to help me. If I don't pay, they're going to have me arrested. I have young children, Millie. You're a mother. Don't you have any compassion for my children?
Well, yes, I do feel pretty awful for your kids. They got stuck with a complete moron like you for a mom. But nope, not gonna help you.
Oh no.
So anyway, we're in the middle of our dinner, so I'm gonna go. Good night, Liana. Hope you enjoyed the sushi. Liana and her husband freaked out, left their kids at the table and ran out of the building. The restaurant had already called the police though. And they got caught right outside the front door. Since they never had any intention to pay for the meal in the first place, I don't see how they'll avoid jail time. So they'll have plenty of time to think about what they have done. Hopefully Liana learns her lesson this time. Oh, and her kids were all taken in by Child Protective Services. I guess Liana's sister and her husband are taking them in. Hopefully her sister's smarter than she is. As for us, we had a great time in New York. And the sushi was wonderful.